TMOA underscore pod. But that
TMOA.
will be.
I love it.
TMOA pod.
Welcome to the Magic of Animation, where we explore the enchanting world of Disney, from the classics we grew up with to the latest releases. We'll take a deep dive into the artistry, storytelling, the unforgettable characters, and the pure magic that makes these movies timeless. So whether you're a lifelong Disney fan or new to the magic, sit back, relax, and join us as we embark on our journey through the wonderful, magical world of animation. Hello everybody, we are finally back, even though we posted a video today, or a podcast today, whatever it is. So not really back. We were back last week at the time of listening to this, but neither, whatever the word is, it's been 3 weeks since we've recorded. So how is everybody doing?
Well, I'm doing okay. I got 4 days off, so I'm doing actually lovely right now.
Wonderful. I should probably introduce ourselves before we get into the Pooh's 100 Acre Check-In. I'm a little rusty here. I am joined by DeQuandrick. I don't have a nickname for you today. I'm sorry.
That is perfectly fine. I'm eating Lifesavers right now.
You know what? I have nicknames. Never mind. I'm joined by Dalmatian number 32, Dequan.
Thank you, thank you.
And Dalmatian number 69, Kevin.
Hey there.
And Dalmatian number 6, Mike.
Heyo.
My name is Joey. Now we can jump into Pooh's 100 Acre Check-In.
Wait a second. What number Dalmatian are you?
I don't know. Pick one for me.
You will be Dalmatian number 18.
Sweet. I like it. So, how was everyone's 3 weeks?
You were alright. I don't have much. I didn't really do much in my 3 weeks. I did go to the movies to see the Ninja Turtle movies, with Mike and some others. That movie was awesome. And that's pretty much it.
Question for you guys. Is your mic cutting out for everyone, or is it just me?
Are you asking for someone specifically? Is someone specifically mic cutting out? Because I don't hear anyone's mic cutting out.
It happened to your mic, and then it also just happened to DeQuandrick's. But if you didn't hear DeQuandrick's cut out, then it's just my headphones being cheap.
Not cheap.
So, Kevin, how was your 3 weeks? Your 3 weeks were quite exciting.
Yes, I had some fun weeks. Yeah, had the trip. Trip went well. It was hot. It was humid. Yeah, that's about it. It was, settling back in from the trip, just getting by,
All right, fair enough. Mike?
It was chill. We had my nephew come over to our house. Then we went over to, my brother's house to hang out with them. And I got I broke part of my diet to get really cool ice cream. I got a s'mores galore ice cream.
Oh, wow.
It was in a cup. You had bits of waffle cone surrounding it with 2 or 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream with what else was it? It was a pretzel. It was a chocolate covered pretzel with almonds or some kind of nut on it. Toasted marshmallows on a stick, a Hershey's bar, a graham cracker with graham cracker shavings with mini marshmallows poured on top of it with chocolate syrup and marshmallow syrup. It was amazing, but oh my god, I was like passing out. I ate that. I was like, that was amazing, and then I was like gone. I got hit with that like sugar rushed itis so bad. I was like, sleeping. I can't move.
Yeah, so my 3 weeks were exciting. Obviously I was in Disney World, and speaking about breaking diets, I don't have a diet, but I had ice cream for breakfast 2 days in a row. It was phenomenal. I was at I rope dropped Animal Kingdom, and I pretty much walked the entire park. And I stopped to get some ice cream because I was dying, and I was eating it. I FaceTimed my wife, and she was like, "Are you eating ice cream?" I was like, "Yeah, it's hot, man." And she was like, "It's 10 o'clock." And I was like, "Wow." It's like it's only 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's okay. It's Disney magic.
Right. And then, of course...
You walked that whole time. You deserve the treat.
Oh, jeez. I left Animal Kingdom right after that, so I finished Animal Kingdom in like 3 hours. It's nuts. Thought I was going to die. I just ran around taking pictures and videos.
You didn't see any shows, ride any rides, do anything?
No, I didn't ride any rides till Tuesday because the group I was with forced me to ride them. I was on my own on Monday. I'm glad I was with the group the second time because I didn't almost die.
Nice.
Because they took breaks, whereas I was not taking breaks. But I'm sure you guys saw the picture of my mac and cheese hot dog. Oh my god,
yes,
that was so good. And then came home, started feeling really weak, didn't want to go to work but had to. Then the weekend, started feeling really weak, really exhausted. Got up for work on Monday, started getting ready, and then all of a sudden I couldn't breathe, and I was like, what the heck? Took a COVID test positive. 3.5 years down the drain of avoiding it. So now I'm just on the tail end of that. And here we are.
Back where we started.
Right.
I'm glad you're doing better.
Thanks. I did get my first lead as a travel advisor, though.
Ooh.
They were not expecting me to tell them that I had my first lead, and they were like, that's pretty crazy. First week, you have your first lead.
First lead is like your first like client, basically? Or?
Yeah, well, because they're not a client until they actually book the trip, so she's just a lead right now because she hasn't actually booked the trip.
Okay.
Yeah,
congratulations.
So it's exciting stuff. And I found out that it's not just Disney or Universal or like all-inclusive stuff like that. I can literally, if you wanted to go stay at a hotel down the road from your house just because, I could book that. So, pretty sweet. And I gotta call Cedar Point and Kalahari to see if we can partner with them so that I can actually book the tickets for them. Because I can book the resorts, but I can't book the tickets. That would be huge. Because Cedar Point is huge here.
That's for sure.
But, jumping into stats from Baymax, 101 Dalmatians was released by Disney Animation in January 25th, 1961. It's based on 101 Dalmatians by Dottie Smith. And the budget was $4 million. It made $14 million. And Lifetime made $320 million. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a score of 98. And the audience score is a 76. That is a big gap.
That it is.
And with that, we can jump right into Timon and Pumbaa's movie review. And we'll start off with overall enjoyment. How did you guys enjoy this overall?
I loved it.
Kind of figured that was
This
coming.
movie, the animation style, I'll get more into that later, but the art design of this was just phenomenal. It's the first of its kind, and it really hit the mark for me.
I have some more to say about that in the animation section as well. I didn't think I was going to like this. I loved it as a kid, but I did not think I was going to like this movie, but it was okay. I liked it.
I enjoyed it. I felt like it was like a well-rounded movie. It had a little bit of everything. It had some suspense. It had, a little bit of the fear. It had, the camaraderie. It had the love and affection. It didn't have the music, but not every Disney movie needs to have the music.
Yeah, but what I'm finding out so far is that when a movie doesn't have good music, odds are I'm not going to like it that much, which is surprisingly why I like Sleeping Beauty so much. Because that music was trash. Mike?
But for having low music tracks, I'm going to personally say the two songs, bangers. I'm going to say it.
Yep.
They were good. They only had two, but they did good.
Yeah. So I absolutely loved every scene that they showed the dogs watching TV. Don't know why. Just warmed my heart every single time. And the Twilight bark, that was just incredible. I enjoyed that whole scene
man, I have
from
things to say on that.
when it started, from going all the way out to the country. That it was great. And then going back to watching TV, the last scene when all the dogs are singing with Roger and Annetta, or is that her name? I don't remember. But they were all singing except for Lucky. He was staring at the TV with his paws up on it and everything.
Cool references.
Oh yes, I did.
Yep. Which is nice to know.
We had Jacques make a cameo, which didn't make any sense because that definitely was not the house Jacques was in. And then
maybe he was on vacation.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But then you see all the two dogs from the pound and the pet shop. That didn't make any sense.
and even Lady.
And then
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp. Lady was in the road and Tramp was up on that car.
Yep.
Which I enjoyed the cameo, but if you start thinking about it just a little bit, it doesn't make any sense because they were definitely not in London. In Lady
they
and
moved.
The Tramp. All of them?
Yes.
Even the pound dogs?
Dang straight. They followed them. They're like, we can't leave our friends. They want to stay with
better
our
lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's why now they're in a pet store.
And not the pound around the street.
So what were the John Deere and Darling were like, okay, we're gonna bring you guys with us to London, but you can't stay with us. You're going to the pet store.
I mean, it does say that they stay in New England town.
What, Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah.
New England as in Massachusetts?
Doesn't say. Just says New England town.
So with that, I guess we can jump right into the storyline. I enjoyed that Pongo called Roger his pet.
Yes.
For some odd reason, I found that off-putting.
At first, I did too. But then I got into it.
I had to rewind it back to make sure he said that. And then, I found it odd because the other animals just referred to them as humans. But, for him, they were his pets.
He's confident.
Right.
Right.
Roger was blowing smoke rings before they were cool. When he was waiting for the puppies. Yeah.
Did with a pipe, not some USB stick.
My next note is literally 15 puppies. Goddamn. How are you supposed to do 15 puppies?
Oh, that's something I actually want to touch on. I thought that was really, really, really cool that they actually showed off how you help a puppy that's in stasis. I found that really cool because I had a dog who had puppies, and we had to do a similar thing because one of the puppies in the litter was actually had saliva or something like that still inside of his throat and whatnot.
Wow.
So we had to massage their body, their stomach and whatnot, in order for them to cough it up.
So I didn't know that.
Okay, so you actually do their hand rubbing thing, because I was just thinking this man's got the hands of Jesus over here.
Yeah,
No,
so
you
I
actually
didn't
do it with them to cough up whatever they have.
I didn't know that. I didn't remember that a dog died. So I was like, what in the world? They just killed a puppy? And then out of nowhere, Roger just started rubbing it. And my note literally says, but Roger knew how to rub it and bring it back from the dead. I did not know that was a thing.
My thing is, how did Roger know about this? You know about it if you've bred puppies before or did extensive research. I'm pretty sure he didn't do either one.
Maybe.
I mean, how are you gonna say he didn't? He clearly knew. Or my theory, he has the hands of Jesus.
Maybe he just thought. Maybe he just thought that you just pet it really nice, it'll come back to life. And
I don't know if that was petting. That man looked like he was about to start a fire.
Right, that's what I was thinking. There was so much friction.
Roger's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say, Kevin?
So, only 6 of the 15 puppies actually had names.
Well, there was Lucky, Rolly, Patch. That's all I know.
Penny, Pepper, and Freckles.
The other ones didn't matter?
Nope, they only named 6 of them.
Or they only said 6 of their names. The other those just kind of go in line.
Well, I mean, technically that's right, Mike, but if they don't say it, it's because they didn't write them.
They never got a chance to get around to them because every time they tried, they got distracted by something.
Kevin, you...
And they kind of just did what they were told. They didn't need their names called. They're like, we know what to do.
Kevin, you were saying that they had like 60-something names for Dopey or the 7 Dwarves. They should have used all those for the dogs.
There you go. See?
And then I loved that they all stood up to Cruella de Vil.
Oh.
But, man, she was going to pay top dollar for those dogs.
The thing I love about that, too, is them standing up to Cruella de Vil is like, it's a known fact that dogs can sense a person's intentions.
Mm-hmm.
And she sensed Cruella's intentions well before everything even took place.
Right.
And I love that.
Before Cruella even stepped in the house, she was already hiding.
Yep.
Making
You
a
also
bit
got to
of...
think she's had to have known her for a long time, too.
Well, they
she was
said they
friends
were
with,
schoolmates.
Yeah.
I have a big jump here. I said the next note I have is that they led 99 puppies on ice. That must have been a nightmare.
Dang, that is one heck of a jump.
Yeah. That's something I also want to touch up on. Like you said, Joey, when I first was thinking about watching this movie, I'm like, I'm not going to really care to like just watch this movie. I've only watched it once. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, 15 puppies. The number kept going up. I'm like, so where do we get the 100 part? What does the 99 come in? Then like later down the road, I'm like, oh, okay. And what makes it weird is that he believes that Bongo actually made those puppies.
I was going to make a note of that, but I was like, I already have too much notes. I'm not even going to touch base on that. But he definitely 100% thought that he knocked Perda up again.
Yeah, he looked at him like that, a boy.
But the 101 came from Pongo and Perda being the next 2. They didn't have 2 more puppies.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I said 100 at first, and then I said 99.
The Sut idea was mad smart, and even though, what are the odds that there's 101 black labs in this village when you're looking for 101 Dalmatians? Actually,
I would have thought they would have just questioned, like,
black labs.
how is there that many of them right there in a line?
Right. But they were, do you think about it, they were being really smart about it. Like, they weren't making
they
the
were
line
taking them out
too big. It was
in
a
small
reasonable
groups.
line. I wish I would have counted that line, because if that line is 8 each time, that's really cool. Because
Yeah, because that's a litter.
Yep. So I'm curious. I should have paid attention to that.
The crash at the end was rough. If I was paying attention to it, I don't know how, like, my brain, like, somehow, like, slowed it down for me. And, like, I just kept seeing Cruella flying through the air as the thing tumbled. And I was like, is that how she dies? And then they cut, or they pan down and she's yelling at them. And I was like, oh, not even a scratch. Okay, Disney magic.
I'm glad you said that, because I need Cruella de Vil's vehicle.
Right.
That vehicle has the best 4-wheel drive I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what my wife said.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I have a note for legacy. What is it? I said Cruella's car was cold. That thing was, that was a top-notch car. Like, if you pulled up to that at some luxury event, you'd be a baller.
Oh, absolutely.
And then when you leave, you just go through the woods instead of taking the road. Next level. Because apparently it's all terrain. And Roger ended the movie by being wacky and being like, you know what? We're keeping all of them. That's a lot of dogs, man.
Man,
Listen,
you got the funds.
my man Roger is a Chad through and through. I'm just saying.
Can we also talk about how
Straight up just says, like, I'm just going to take care of all these puppies. We're just going to take them all in. We're just going to do it. Just because And I liked that when he stands up to Cruella, that he's not like, like you could see like he's kind of nervous about having to like, tell her off basically, like, no, you're not getting a single one. And I actually appreciate that are like he's not super confident, but he's willing to stand up for what he knows is right. And I'm like, that's Chad behavior. That's a Chad right there.
So when she left though, he was still frozen in the position that he was in. So you knew he was shooken.
I don't blame him entirely. Cruella looks like the type of person that can make you disappear.
Right.
Well, not just that, but if you're like him, where he's a lot more like, fun, seems like a very chill kind of person, not so much of really speaking up and out at people. When you have to do that, that is a nerve-wracking experience.
Yeah. I went to Texas Roadhouse yesterday, and I gave the lady at the carryout counter my business cards for the travel agency, and just doing that to a friendly person, my anxiety was going through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Another cool thing about Roger too is the fact that like he's an excellent husband. That man is the entire time Cruella de Vil was in the house, he was just egging her on, and I'm like, this guy,
right?
My spirit animal right there.
He's playing his instruments right at the door.
Every different instrument to just annoy her. I love it.
So good. So with that, we can jump right into characters, unless you guys have something.
I think that was good.
Cool. First thing I want to say is I don't think any of the voice actors really fit with their characters except for Cruella. It's just my opinion.
Too bad that opinion is wrong.
I will put a caveat on that I did not remember them being British, so that kind of threw me.
I actually really liked the voice acting a lot. I thought it was very well done, very well paced, and I guess I'm just going to be the opposite and just say I think they fit their characters very well.
And that's why we do this.
I like I'm with Mike on that. I do think all their voices are relatively good. This is just a side tangent. I don't like her name is Herta. That's a weird name. No offense.
Wait, who was Herta?
Perda.
Perda?
Perda the dog.
Oh, okay.
Even worse.
It's a bad name. It's not a great name.
Like Bongo? Cool name.
It's Pongo.
Pongo.
Come on, man.
But was that... Okay, no, to be fair, I thought it was Bongo the whole time until... What was his name? What was his name? The one dog said Pongo, and I'm gonna be real, that dog was messing everything up in way of words and like telling people what to do. I don't even fully believe it was Pongo. I'm still gonna say it was Bongo.
It's Pongo and Perda.
Bongo Stray Dog?
Bongo Stray Dogs, that's right. Bongo Stray Dogs. Actually, wait, is that a last name? Because what was it? The Great Dane called them the Bongos.
It's Pongos.
Bongos, right.
Oh my goodness.
So like, is that supposed to be a last name? Because he called them both that.
No, I just think...
I think he was making a remark to like when during the marriage scene, basically the dogs hypothetically got married as well.
Yeah.
So, you go by the surname of Pongo, so the Pongos.
And that,
when he called them that, right, he called them both that. That's why I was like, is that supposed to be a last name? Or is that his first name?
Well, the way I read it was that Pongo was the one who made the announcement. She was nowhere near it, but he obviously included that it was two of them in the message, so I read it as they just know the name of the one, so they're calling them the Pongos.
And see, now if I think about it in, like, real people, like if I saw you and your wife Joey, be like, the Joeys.
Well, you know my last name, though.
Exactly, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying, though, because he says, the Bongos, right?
Yeah.
He says the Bongos.
Pongos.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, the Bongos, right? So that's what he says when he addresses them. That's why I was like, so wait, is that a last name? I thought it was his first name.
So when the maid showed up, I was like, this lady just like crawled out of the deepest crevice of my memory, and I was like, why do I remember her more than anyone else other than Cruella, of course?
Because she looks like the other fairies, man. She looks like a fairy.
She
Maybe
does.
that's it. Maybe
She
she was
literally
a
has
fairy.
like the same kind of what is it?
The body build, the hair, almost
Well,
the
it's
voice.
like the atmosphere. The atmosphere she kind of gives off her. It's hard
Her
to say.
vibe.
Just like her whole being, basically.
I love that lady, though. Absolutely adore her.
Yeah, she was
She's
great.
great.
Um,
Should have just never opened the door.
and then, of course, Cruella is a fantastic villain, top tier. And, of course, she had the Disney villain green. That was the color of her smoke when she smoked.
Right. So did anybody else get the weird vibes when she blew the smoke on the picture? It was making like a magic mirror type of thing? Or was that just me?
I didn't think much of it.
Because like when she blew the smoke on the picture, the two dogs, it like made a circle and it gave me vibes of like the magic mirror activating.
Yeah, maybe that was
But it
intentional.
dispersed.
And she was
I
so
was just
cruel
thinking.
for no reason.
I was only thinking with the circle thing being more like the dogs are being entranced in a way, or like entrapped by her. Because she's all like around them, basically. Like that's her main focus. It's like putting him in a snare.
The bad guy on the TV, I'm pretty sure that he was played by Sterling Holloway because he sounded a lot like him. Sterling Holloway voiced Pooh Bear at the time. Kaa, the snake from Jungle Book. He just voiced someone in a movie we watched. I don't remember who, though. But, anyways. Might have not been him. Might have been him. I don't know. And like I said, I liked the maid a lot. And I liked the fact that Jasper called her Ducky. I don't know why. I just liked every time he called her Ducky.
I just ate a really bad lifesaver. I'm sorry. I need to share that information.
And then the last note I have about the characters is for whatever reason that border collie was clean. I don't know what it was about that border collie, but I was like, he just seems very prestigious and very important.
He scared me, Joey. I'm gonna be honest with you. When he was when they were in the barn, right, and he was telling them like I saved these scraps for you and the missus. Like, in my mind, I'm like, is he gonna sell them out? He's not gonna sell them out, is he? They're gonna go to sleep and get sold out.
That would have been quite a twist.
He was definitely very prestigious, but at the same time, like them being tired and sleepy made me untrustworthy of him.
Right.
You know what it is, Dino? You probably were thinking back to, the like anime characters when they got the closed eyes, they usually up to something.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't open his eyes.
That one dude from Bleach. If you watched it, you know who I'm talking about.
I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. I don't think Disney or movies in general have gotten to the point yet of big twists. So, like, that seems like a very early 2000s thing that just started to boom, where someone was unexpectedly evil.
Those are the best but most heartbreaking twists ever.
Jumping ahead majorly, I know a lot of people, like including my wife, said that they saw him coming a mile away, but Hans turning I don't know if you guys saw Frozen. I hope you did, but Hans turning on Anna, I did not see that coming. I was thrown.
Spoiler alert.
Well, these guys haven't seen so many of the new ones.
What happened?
Nothing.
I hate
What?
movie.
I just realized what happened.
What do you mean?
My brain caught up.
See, that threw me. That twist threw me. Even though a lot of people say that it was obvious. It was not obvious to me. Do you guys have anything else on characters?
I don't think so. I think that's it for me, yeah.
Okay. We'll go on to visuals and animation. And Kevin, this is where I said I have some notes on the animation. I thought the animation was god awful.
What?
Yeah, you and Walt Disney both. But I'll tell you
There's
what,
no
I know
way.
No.
that this it's the Xerox, okay?
well, yes,
it's the new form, the new technology, and I loved it. I loved
Me
the
too.
hand-drawn look. I loved the rough edges, the
I love the pencil
imperfections.
sketches.
Yes,
Just
I
the pencil
loved it.
sketching look. That was so clean.
You want to know what I love so much about it? And the reason I love it so much, and is because, like, the name 101 Dalmatians seems very, like, comical. And the art style looked like comic book like. And that's what I love so much about it. Like, it was like watching a live comic.
Well, not just that, but it makes it just stand out so much. It is such a
Right.
unique
It's
style.
very unique.
The pencil sketching on everything. There's actually some frames that I swear I
Yup.
saw, like the circling, where they're like, like this is
With
good.
the line in the middle?
Shape. Yeah, like the lining on the inside.
Yeah.
Like I could see it at a few frames, and I'm like, I don't know why I appreciated it so much. But I liked watching a lot of like those behind the scenes where they showed just the sketches. I like looking at sketch work a lot.
And
Yeah.
I know that the Xerox machine saved Disney. They were probably going to go bankrupt if this movie didn't save them so much money. And I can appreciate that, but I hated the rough edges and the colors coming out of the lines. I hated every minute of it.
But we're actually right now. We're actually getting back into that style. Like look at Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
I don't like that style either.
It's very similar. It's unclean. It's not crisp. It's rough, jagged.
Right.
And I like it.
It's super unique, and it just makes it stand out more. It makes it so much more impressionable, other than just being a mesh, a mesh blend of like what everything else you've already seen.
Yeah, I do agree
it adds
that
character, because all these other movies, they're crisp, clean lines, and that's great. And it's great for what it is, especially going back and watching all these old movies. It's like for the time, like wow, that's amazing. But now this is like like the first like real movie. I don't want to say like first real movie, but it's like wow, like you can actually see some of the imperfections, and it doesn't seem like it's rushed. It seemed more intentional.
I have to dispute that, because the reason they used the Xerox was because it was faster. So
it did save
rushed.
a lot of time because transferring the drawings to the cells to save time and money, but still I feel like it added so much character to the movie.
It really did.
Yeah, so going back to what you said about the new movies doing this style, I can appreciate those more because of pretty much every movie studio started doing the exact same animation style. Whereas when, like, the early 2000s, you had Disney doing classic 2D animation, you had DreamWorks doing their own thing, you had Pixar doing their own thing, but now everyone's doing the same exact 3D animation. So I appreciate that some studios are starting to branch away from that. But I did not like it in this movie. But I did really enjoy the shot of when Pongo was looking at Perda and Anita walking into the park, and he was looking out that circle window. When they showed him from outside, I thought that was a pretty cool shot. I want that to be my computer desktop wallpaper.
We know what to do.
Download it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No, I love every frame of this movie. Every different frame with the art style it chose. It almost just makes it almost look like a painting because it's so brushy.
Yeah, I'll give it. It's very artistic. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it looks like a drawing. Yeah, a sketch.
It looks just f***ing great, and I love looking at like art books.
What's that
for like games or like that? Huh?
You just dropped an F-bomb, so I had to take note of the timestamp.
I did?
Yep.
I thought he said S.
No,
Nope.
well, he did. He said both.
I said I like sketchbooks.
You said it was effing amazing.
Carry on.
Okay.
No
Oh, well.
big deal. No big deal. I'll bleep it.
No, I just don't
Keep
even
going.
recognize it, man. It's just part of my language.
It's
Yep.
the lingo.
Keep going with your thought.
No, I was just gonna say I like looking at like those like art books, sketchbooks to like games, movies, like animated movies that I just like looking through and seeing like the behind the works and like the original sketches and things like that. I just think they're good.
All right, 36 minutes. F-bomb.
He's still
Will we
going.
drop another one?
No. I finally found a piece of paper.
Minutes.
He's going off the last one.
That is all I have for visuals and animation. I would imagine you guys probably have more to say, so I will leave it up to you.
I don't have more to say. I just like Mike and Kevin. I just liked it a lot. Like it just like I kid you not. Like usually when I'm watching these movies, I'm paying attention, but I'm also responding to text messages. But in this case, like I'm like stopping mid text to make sure I see what's going on, and I'm rewinding and stuff like that. I'm just like, it's just a lot to take in, and I enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah, like the pacing of the story, like it was good. It was well done. Visuals, animation. There were somebody actually went and counted the spots.
No way.
In the
I was
movie.
wondering if someone
Yes.
did.
6,469,952 spots.
That's quite a lot.
Pongo has 72 spots, and Perta has 68 spots.
Missed opportunity. Should have had us guess so you got closer. But I wouldn't have guessed that many.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joey, just a heads up.
Yeah.
Future reference. If you hate this this animation style, you are not gonna like Aristocats.
Well, I understand that this era, pretty much up until Little Mermaid, is like this.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to save as much money as possible because their movies weren't making that much.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this, Dan.
And this isn't an actual fact, but I think this movie had the most hidden Mickeys in it.
What? There was hidden Mickeys?
I thought I noticed a hidden Mickey in the stained glass at the church.
There were hidden. There were so many, even just in the opening sequence. There was.
Oh man, I got so
There
fed
was
up with
hidden
that
Mickeys in
opening
the
sequence.
parks.
It was giving me
They're in the
Snow White
park.
vibes.
Yeah, there's hidden Mickeys on the spots of the dogs.
Yeah,
There was hidden
that's
Mickeys.
awesome.
I never knew.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sweet. Because when they panned down from the stained glass, I was like, those look like Mickey heads, but I was like, no. But I forgot that hidden Mickeys aren't just a Disney World thing; they're a Disney thing. So music and soundtrack, we touched on that a little bit. That there's not much, but Cruella de Vil is probably one of the most famous songs in Disney history.
It's funny
Love
you
that
say
song.
that because when he was doing like the melody, I'm like, why does this unlock something in my brain?
Yep.
And he kept doing it, and then eventually he said Cruella de Vil, and I'm like, oh, that's what that is.
That's awesome. And the last song was pretty good too, and then there's nothing but just soundtrack in between. But I do want to say that I thought that the Foley, you guys know what Foley is?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the Foley was not great for this movie. Like a lot of things were silent or just had bad sound effects.
See, so hear me out. This is a hot take. I think that it was really good actually because it added to moments and it just felt more lifelike. And I personally, this is the hard personal here, hot take. I think the Disney movies with less songs in it have stronger stories. But that is just my opinion there.
I'm gonna agree. Because they don't have to worry about fitting in a song, and they can just worry about the writing.
I don't know.
They don't have to worry about making a melody and making lyrics that go together, and sometimes having to change out words to make the lyrics work.
One of my favorite stories in Disney is a song in a Disney movie, and it's Dos Orejitas from Encanto. That whole scene of the story of that song itself, just the song, not even the whole movie, is incredible. So I'm a Disney music guy, so I'm gonna like the musicals more than not.
I will say I do appreciate a song that is made for telling the lore. But a song that's just slapped in there, for the sake of being a song, I feel it was flat for me.
Yeah, like trashing the camp in Tarzan. No business being there.
Wait a minute.
Joey
Wait a
throws
minute.
that in there real quick.
Wait, which one is that?
It's when they're trashing the camp in Tarzan.
That's a song?
Yeah.
I guess.
Huh. I don't remember.
Well,
it.
I have more to say about that when we get to it. There's a fun backstory to that song.
Yeah, in
but-
sync. Phil Collins.
right?
Chill.
I didn't know that till this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to the Foley, like the first thing that I noticed was when I don't remember what scene, when they left for the park in the very first scene, he opens the door, no sound effect of him opening the door, and then there's a sound effect of it closing. Like, what is that?
That's a magical door, bro. Disney magic.
No, look, it don't squeak. It only makes a noise when it chinks close.
But it chinks when it opens too. It's,
Not all doors.
Not if you do it right.
I guess that's true.
You turn the knob and then you push. Don't make a ding noise.
I'll give you that. He had very oiled hinges.
Hey, that is a man who is on top of things. No, Cruella tried to say like that he's like a failed music artist, but that man, one, had a nice house, and two, was able to afford a maid.
That
I
was
think
weird.
he was
when
doing just dang fine.
when they were talking about how poor they were, I was like, "You guys have a maid? What are you talking about?"
Right? Maybe like, not trying to be an awful person, but maybe fire the maid and you probably have more money in your pocket. Like,
Well, when did they ever struggle with money? They never like truly struggle with money at all.
No, they didn't. And then out of nowhere, his song just became a banger in whatever world this is in, and he made bank.
Not only that, she trash talked his writing ability, his musical talent, and then he just went and pulled an Eminem and just made millions off her diss track.
right?
That's amazing. I did love every time she saw him, she had to throw shade at him. It was so good.
Wait a second, guys. I just noticed something. Cruella de Vil got away. For
Yeah,
her crime.
the villain did not get their due.
102 Dalmatians.
What's stopping her from spinning the block and coming back to
Yeah.
take the
Yeah,
puppies
they,
again?
they definitely can't keep 101 Dalmatians safe, so she would definitely come back for him.
Well, that's why they're going on to the countryside.
Yeah.
She'll never see that coming.
True.
So
Her
humor.
house is the countryside. Her family house. Then she hides the dogs.
Exactly.
They'd never look for us here.
The problem with that is Corella's friend, whose name I can't remember, the lady, someone educated. Anita, thank you. Anita still doesn't think Cruella is terrible because she doesn't know what she did. So
Right.
what's stopping her from saying we have 100 Dalmatians?
Yeah, she would have been like, Cruella, you'd never guess it. They're back and they brought so many more.
Yep.
Well, I think through the fact that they weren't even talking to her at all.
Well, they could have
That's
been.
what-
They weren't showing them after the dogs ran away, so who knows what they were doing.
Very true.
Because, like DeQuandrick said, she didn't see anything wrong with what Cruella was doing. Roger didn't trust her.
Right.
I don't know. She was kind of celebrating when he told her to, get out and we're keeping the puppies. You don't get any one of them.
Yeah, but then after they were stolen, she was yelling at Roger for accusing her.
Yep. And then she didn't.
Well,
she
that's
give
because
her
they
a call?
investigated her and they couldn't find anything on her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you investigate someone and you're like, no, they're proven innocent, and then they keep saying, no, it is her. I know it is. They're like, they have nothing. We have to move on and try to find a new lead. No, it's her. I know it.
Now I have to draw a miniature comparison to Lady and the Tramp versus 101 Dalmatians. Lady and the Tramp's family is way more in tune with the animals. They knew what they were thinking.
Mm-hmm. At the last scene they did.
Well, they went with Lady to go help Tramp. They knew that she needed to go save him.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's why I said the last scene.
Yeah. Well, that's not the last scene. Last scene is the Christmas scene.
I guess if you really want to strive hard for that, you
The
can.
last act, I think, is what you're looking for. The third act.
I think it all works because technically the last scene is, I believe, outside of the house.
I don't think so.
What was the last? Now y'all messing me
Gotta
up.
find that
What was
very
the
last scene. What is the last scene in frame now?
I'm pretty sure it's them in the living room.
Is it the camera panning out of the window like they do in all the old movies?
That's what I'm thinking.
But that's not a scene, that's a shot.
That's a scene.
We're getting too technical. Next question.
So humor.
I'm
The
gonna fight
colonel
tooth and nail.
the colonel trying to hear the alert, I thought was great. And the fact that he couldn't and Tibbs could, and then Tibbs was helping him, and he was like, "Of course, I know."
Yeah.
But can we talk about how the colonel was actually good at math, though?
Yeah. Was he?
Yeah, like he was he? I think he got the 15 right, but he did it by like 3 times 5 or something like that.
No, he said 3 times 5,
No.
that's 14, and then Tibbs was like, "That's
Yeah.
15."
Oh my!
And he was
God,
like,
I
"Yeah,
thought
it's
he had-
15."
You're just as good as the colonel, my man.
I thought he said 15. I really thought
He
he
had to
said
get corrected.
15.
Going back to another thing that I liked was the TV. The puppies were even watching TV when they were kidnapped.
Which is
Them
not
them
good.
puppies
They
and their
are
TV.
TV pups.
And then I liked when Jasper told Horace that he's right behind him when he's trying to, I don't know, who is he attacking? Was it the Colonel? And then he powers up his swing and he bonks Jasper right in the head. It's good stuff. Jasper not buying the idea that they disguised themselves. Horace was like, maybe they disguised themselves. And he was like, yeah, they painted themselves black. And then he punched him in the head. Even though that's what happened. And then I absolutely loved when Jasper and Horace busted down that door and it slammed Cruella de Vil in the face
Yeah.
when she was in her car in the road.
Yeah, in the car in the village there. Yeah.
That's all I have for humor, because there wasn't that much humor, but there was some humor.
Oh,
It was
there was
subtle.
one scene that made me actually laugh. Like I actually laughed out loud with it.
Let's
When
hear it.
what is it? The Great Dane says we need to send off the alarm, and the little like spazzy dog just hopped on the pillar, and he just started like shaking like crazy,
He started
barking, and
yapping.
falls off the pillar. I was like, it actually made me laugh. I was so surprised because the whole movie I was just kind of like, just watching it. But that scene, as soon as that came on, he's like, "Rah, rah," and he just like starts going
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know, just the
He yapped
craziness
himself
just made
off
me
the
laugh.
pillar.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that was humorous to me as well was Rolly always asking for something to
For
eat.
food.
I'm hungry. I'm like, bro, chill out. Like, relax.
You just ate, but I really am hungry.
Going back to that Great Dane that you mentioned, I don't know how I never realized. Obviously I know now. It's been years since I've realized this because of social media, but I don't know how I didn't realize that Scooby-Doo wasn't a Great Dane, because that Great Dane looked just like Scooby-Doo without the spots.
I don't think anyone in the past really thought about what breed Scooby was.
Right.
Oh.
And it makes sense because
Wait,
he's
so he-
ginormous.
Is he a Great Dane or what
Yeah.
is he?
He's a Great Dane.
Great name.
Oh, okay. I think it's because his ears aren't like as up.
They're folded at the top, yeah. Little kinks
And
in
kind of
them.
like what Dino said, they just didn't think about it. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, it's a dog.
Yeah.
Right.
If you guys don't have anything else for humor, we can move on to world building.
All right.
Nope.
Okay, so the only thing I have is I think they did a good job with the world building, with London, the little neighborhood and the park, and then all the way out to the countryside. I thought it was all pretty good.
There is only one issue I have with the world building. And it is, how far exactly is this countryside?
Well, they said it was Sutton, right? So let's look.
It seemed like it was pretty dang far.
Right?
Oh,
And
fuck.
then I'm thinking, okay, so this is like not just a day trip. This is days trip.
Sutton
Yeah.
from
How did the-
London.
I was expecting, with how long that was supposed to be, that
It's
the parents themselves, well, I guess, the
Unless-
owners, not parents, but I mean,
Well,
they technically are. Either way, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the pets. Thank you.
Sutton is a
The
4.
Did not try to like be like, where did our other dogs go? And I'm like, wait, so has this been days? Is this not a day? How long has this been going on for?
To be fair, like they never did pan back to the pets after they left. They only panned back to them when they got back.
Hey, when they came back, they were not worried at all. They were just setting up a tree and just living their life like normal.
Do you not remember them? Like the maid was like pretty much basically almost crying. He was sad. He was like, I don't know what would make them run away. Like they were pretty hurt.
I did not remember that at all, because when I just finished it, they were kind of just, he was more like irritated because he was listening to his song on the radio and he just turned it off and he threw something and she catches it and put it on a tree. And then they just kind of came through the door.
He walked right to the picture frame and he was like, I wonder what would make them run away.
Man, I'm telling you, if my dogs were out there, I don't have dogs, but if they were, I would not just be casually chilling like that.
They probably did search off camera.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out where the
It just makes me wonder, like, how far away is this? Was the countryside to where they live?
I'm looking it up. Hang on. Directions from London. It is a 12-hour walk from London, where that countryside is. So you add 99 puppies, snow, and getting chased to the mix.
Yep. A pretty long nap.
Yeah. It's probably 2-3 days. 99 puppies is a lot.
It really is.
I know.
That's all I got for world building.
It was very good world building. We got a nice little look at the countryside and some villages.
And the river with the dog howling on the boat.
Very, very true.
Emotional impact. I have some notes. Them getting hunted in the manor was kind of nerve-wracking.
Like, I would say the emotional impact was pretty big for me, solely to the fact that, like, I was extremely concerned, like, because I don't remember how the movie ended. Obviously, I didn't think that. Obviously, I figured that they would all make it back, but at the same time, even though I know that that's gonna happen, I was still like nervous about each scenario and like worried about like how this is going. Them being like tired, I'm like, it did its job. It did its job.
They do a good job of making the scenes tense. Even where I knew kind of like how it ends, like you said, the scenes themselves are still tense.
Yeah.
Especially when they're trying to be sneaky with like the, you know, covering themselves in like the soot or ash.
Yep.
And it's like, you know that it's going to be fine, but you're just watching it as they have to sneak by, and it's like, oh, this is still nerve-wracking.
And dog skin coats is a vile thing to think about.
Especially when they're like, you just kill them. Like, oh,
yeah, the way she describes, like, just kill him, bash him in the head.
Yeah, you
like,
bash him in
what?
the head. I bash him in the head. You skin him. Like,
Like, the way that Corilla describes it, she was like, poison him, I don't care. I'm like, yo, lady, come on now.
And then the 99 puppies struggling through the snow and Lucky getting so cold that he stops. That was rough. My wife said that scene always upsets her, and it still does.
yeah, especially when they're going into and they're just so tired and just cold, and I'm just like, poor dogs.
Right. But the reunion was really good. Very heartwarming.
It also made me kind of mad because I hated how much kind of enjoyment the two dudes were like
Jasper
getting
Horace.
out of just thinking of doing what they're gonna do. Like, they got such sick enjoyment out of it. It made me like angry. It made me like physically angry almost.
Which makes you wonder.
Like, you people are disgusting.
Probably not their first rodeo.
Well, they are Cruella's henchmen, so of course it's not their first rodeo.
All right.
You guys good to move on to message and theme?
Hey, what was the message here?
No idea. So I looked it up. Sometimes in life it's important to take initiative and that you can achieve more as a part of a team and when you work together. If that is the case, that is not what read to me, because I don't see that at all.
I can see it if you sit down and really think about it. Pongo, he took the initiative to get them together, which led to all of this, really. He took the initiative of, making the Twilight call. He did it all, honestly.
Right.
Really, like, he's the team.
But
and it actually does make sense, too, where he's like, my pet always is, like, just being alone. I think he deserves someone like a partner. I don't think he deserves to be alone. Like, he shouldn't be alone.
No.
And he went and made a group, and that group became a family.
Yeah, so I understand he took initiative and made groups, but there was no part where they struggled to do it on their own. If they struggled to find the dogs on their own and then was like, we need help, then that would come across. But they just went straight for the help.
Actually, they did try to. They left it up to the humans. The humans couldn't do it.
Dogs didn't do it on their own.
Humans can't do it on their own. We need to get invested too.
Yeah, you got a point.
I guess. You guys are always stretching for these message and themes.
No, this isn't stretching. This is explaining. Stretching would be like if we said the message was,
oh boy,
do not go driving like a maniac because you get your car hooked onto the back of another car and then crashed by your minions. That's reaching.
Speaking of that, man, she was just trying to run that guy off the road.
Really comfortable.
Oh God, no, Kevin.
Exactly.
Wait, what did you say?
I said reaching is saying dog fur coats are really comfortable.
Oh God, no.
So I'm just gonna say that the message and the theme, if that is the case, did not connect with me as much as other movies.
I respect it.
Yeah.
So for legacy and our memories, this movie I believe was the first movie I ever saw in a theater on a re-release. I believe it was re-released in '97, so I would have been 2. So that might be my oldest memory.
Look at that.
And I do remember watching this movie a lot, and I also remember watching 101 Dalmatians the live action. I also remember watching 102 Dalmatians the live action, and then the newest movie Cruella. I love that movie. I know a lot of people don't, but I love it.
Isn't Cruella just basically the Devil Wears Prada?
I've never seen that movie, but I'm guessing it's about fashion, so sure.
Oh yeah, then you will like the Devil Wears Prada. That's a great movie.
Well, I didn't say that I liked it because of the fashion.
Oh no, it's more than just the fashion. It's the plot as well. It's a very good plot.
Yeah, sure.
I always think of the band whenever I hear the Devil Wears Prada.
That's a band?
Yep.
Huh. We learned something new today.
It was really confusing when I first found out about them, and I tried looking it up, and I kept getting the movie. I didn't know any of the names of the songs.
I heard about that movie for a long time. When I was in Canada with my cousin once, we watched a movie about pandas. And it was something about devils and pandas, because people were like hunting pandas, and it was a Chinese movie. And I couldn't remember the name, and for whatever reason, every time someone said The Devil Wears Prada or whatever, I was like, is that movie? Is that movie that popular?
Oh, no.
The Devil Wears Pandas.
That's what I thought.
Pandas wear devils.
That is what I thought. But legacy, yet another character smoking. It's really weird. I just thought about it because Walt Disney smoked. He was a chain smoker, but a lot of people didn't know that because he didn't smoke in front of people because he didn't want to be a bad influence for kids. So why did he put it in all of his movies?
Well, he always put them as a bad thing.
Roger
never a good
Hold
thing.
on, wait. That's not true. Wasn't the male pet? I can't remember his name right now. But wasn't he smoking?
Yep.
Wait, who?
Smoked his pipe.
Yeah, Roger smoked a pipe.
Yeah, Roger. Thank you.
Oh, that's elegant.
And it's not always. I mean, the bad characters are usually the ones smoking. But Roger definitely was not a bad character. And like I said earlier, Cruella's car was cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
And that is all I have.
I just want to say I'm impressed with Walt for like being a chain smoker and not letting anybody notice. Like that takes a lot of willpower, man.
Yeah, and especially because of how public of a person he was, because he's freaking Walt Disney, and for no one to
Right.
know, because when he died, it was because of lung cancer, and people didn't know that. They were like, how in
Which
the world did he
means-
have lung cancer?
Which means he went to the bathroom and went crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. We're coming up to the first movie that he wasn't involved with pretty soon. I'm pretty sure Jungle Book was the last movie, or the first movie without him.
Jungle Book.
Are you chanting for his death?
No,
What?
wait.
Where did you get that?
I'm talking about Jungle Book. Talking about
That's
Jungle
what we
Book being
call
the first
reach.
movie where him
Man,
dying,
reach.
and you just start chanting for it.
I was chanting for Jungle Book. I love Jungle Book.
The heck?
So would Walt have, huh?
Wasn't that his last movie? Which means that I love Walt.
He said
He
the
didn't
first movie
finish it.
without him.
He didn't
Oh,
finish it.
Jungle
Well, he
Book
said
the
he was
first one?
either the last one with him or the first one without him.
Yeah, he either didn't finish it or finished it and then kicked the bucket.
Oh man.
When did Walt die? I need a new friggin' keyboard. December 15th, 1966. Jungle Book came out October 18th, 1967. So yeah, he did not see the end of that movie.
Well, he probably saw the beginning. That's all that matters, right?
Well, he started a great thing.
I would say so. We've watched some pretty incredible movies so far. So I don't really have anything for Bell's fan fiction because just watched the movie, so I didn't look anything
I
up.
got a fan fiction.
So I guess the only thing I can say is maybe the maid is part of the fairy caucus.
She is. She's 100% part of it. I agree with this theory.
I'm definitely
I don't.
not agreeing with that theory.
Nah.
You pitched the idea, therefore you are part of the idea.
Way to go, Joey. Way to go.
You had a theory, or was that it, DeQuandrick?
Oh, I mean, that theory is way better than my theory to begin with, but I'll throw my hat in the ring, you know? I'll throw my hat in the ring. So, here's my theory. I don't have one. So, like,
Wait a minute.
My theory is I don't have a theory.
pretty much, yeah.
But, okay.
What if there were no dogs?
Yeah, there we go.
What if this is all a dream?
There.
What if Cruella's smoke, right, inebriated everybody,
And they all just
and
hallucinated.
because it shouldn't be like a greenish yellow, right?
Yeah, that was a disturbing
And,
show.
And the whole thing was a hallucination.
That's incredible. I like
There you
it.
go. There's a reach.
That's pretty cool theory, but
Because everything is, hey, that has some traction because everything was pretty normal up until that point. Because then afterwards, they had 15 puppies and then were kidnapped and then came home with 99.
yeah. Spitting.
Dogs don't have 15 puppies.
Bongo, you old dog. You.
So for Riley's emotions, what was everybody's least and most favorite moment?
Favorite moment. Huh. My favorite moment was and this was part of a humor thing I forgot to bring up. My favorite moment was when they were in the water and she took out her handkerchief to wipe herself and she was like, "It's all ruined." He's like, "Here, have mine." And we just both started laughing and I was like, cute. I love it. That's my favorite moment.
That's great. Least favorite?
My least favorite moment was Cruella's insane pursuit after the guy who was, driving the truck. Like,
Yeah, she tried
That
murking
bothered me.
him.
yeah, that bothered me. Like, that was bloodlust. It wasn't just puppy bloodlust. It was human bloodlust at that point.
Yeah. Kevin, how about you?
Least favorite was when I forgot their names now.
Jasper and Horace.
Yep, thank you. When they're just sitting there talking about how they're gonna off the puppies and skin them, and no,
Not great.
I mean, it was crucial to the story, and I get that. It just out of all of it, it made me feel the least happy. So,
I respect that.
oh, best part of the movie. Oh man. Sorry, I'm blanking right now.
Did I just hear you scratch your head?
Maybe his
Maybe.
beard.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
you're
my
right.
beard.
Beard, you're right.
Beard would make more sense closer to the mic.
Yeah, I think it was the Twilight Bark.
That's your least?
Oh, that's
most favorite. Okay.
Most favorite.
part.
Yeah,
That's a cool
most
part.
favorite. You know, especially with like all the cameos in it from all the Lady and the Tramp dogs. Like,
Yeah.
I think that was great.
Mike?
Least favorite is gonna be when the two guys are talking about how they just are, basically how giddy they sound about killing these dogs. It just really got on my dang nerves so bad. Really just got under my skin. When she's like, just killing, like, oh, we could just kill them after the show. Yeah, we'll do it after. Yeah, that's good. And I'm just like, I hate you two. I hate you two so much, how much enjoyment you're getting out of this. Basically, any scene with them just sucked. I'm just going to keep that on a real note. I hated them. And my favorite is probably going to be when Roger tells her you can't have any of the puppies. I loved my man just, stepping up like the Chad he is. And he didn't budge at all.
Yep. Stood his ground.
And then one thing. Sorry, but yep. I'm going to interject here. The Twilight Bark. Actually, going back to that real quick. It they made it the company, the name of the company's newsletter.
Huh. I like it.
Yeah. Sorry. Proceed.
My least favorite, I think, is going to be... It's a weird one to be a least favorite, but when Pongo cleans the tracks on the road, and he was hustling, and he cleared every track on the road, but man, Cruella saw the tracks on the other side of the road. Like, all that work and all that hustling for nothing.
Right.
I felt so bad. And then my favorite...
All you had to do is just hit the sides.
My favorite was... another weird one when they're all sitting in the living room watching TV. I really like that scene. That's like when I saw that like another deep memory came forward. I love it. So what was everyone's favorite and least favorite song? I mean, there's only two, so I guess this is a pointless thing because
I don't have a least favorite song.
Yeah,
favorite song, Cruella de Vil.
It's Cruella de Vil.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everyone's favorite and least favorite character. This one should be interesting.
Oh man, my favorite character. This is a toughie. So, my favorite character is a toss-up between the nun and then
The nun.
Herta.
You mean the maid?
Maid, nanny. I meant to say nanny because that's what they consider as within the wiki.
nun.
Considered a nanny. But
Okay.
yeah, it's between the nanny and Perta.
Well, you said you didn't like Perta's name, so that gives
I don't like
gives her
name,
the
but
edge.
very true. But to say who my favorite character actually is Pongo.
Oh,
My least favorite character, I'm gonna give it to Cruella.
interesting. Kevin?
Least favorite is going to be Cruella because of her motivation and her lack of I don't even want to say sympathy, but the misdirection of her moral compass. There you go. How about that? She was a good villain, and as much as I like her as a villain, I mean, makes her my least liked character for her. Yeah. Favorite? Let's go Pongo.
Pongo's good. Mike?
So I would say Cruella, but I'm giving it to specifically the lanky one, which I believe his name's Jasper, right?
Jasper, yep.
And the reason I give it to him over Corella is because Corella just doesn't care about the puppy's lives. She's just like, I just want the fur. I just want to get that, right? But they got like a sick pleasure out of doing these bad things. She's just like, I just want the money. I want the fur. They're like, okay, you want that. We want our money too, but we're also going to enjoy doing this, and we're going to make it like almost like a sick, twisted game. And I'm like, that just makes you worse, in my opinion, because you're enjoying this horrible thing you're going up to do. So they're worse, in my opinion. And that's why they're my least favorite character. And favorite character is the boy, Bongo.
So least favorite, I like Cruella and Jasper and Horace too much as villains to make them my least favorite. So I'm just going to put someone who was kind of a nothing character, and I'm just going to put Captain. He was the horse.
What?
What do you mean? That man had
Wow.
the straight up sharpshooter, like.
Yeah, and because of that, they saw where the puppies were.
That's true. I was thinking that the whole entire time when he did that. I'm like, well,
If he would
I
have
don't
just
blame
kicked
you. I
them
don't
a
blame you
little
at all.
softer, they would have been in the hay, and they would have no idea where the puppies went.
You know, I don't blame that, but you know who you should really blame for that?
no,
Cat.
The cat.
Yep.
Put too much oomph in it. You put too much gunpowder in it. You put too much stank on it.
And then
Oh
for
my
my
goodness.
favorite character, I'm going to break the clean sweep of Pongo, and I'm going to... Oh, I can't, though. I was going to say the Border Collie, but he's such a small role.
Pongo.
Yeah, I'll give it to Bongo, then.
Bongo for the win!
So for Genie's Inbox Extravaganza, we have exactly 0 messages.
You really led me on with that one, boss.
So that is everything, unless you guys want to talk about anything else.
I think I'm good.
Sums it up.
All
Sums
set.
it up. What?
Who?
I have an app called Family Album where that's where we post pictures of the baby because only certain people are allowed in our album. It's just family, so we don't post pictures of them on social media. And there's just pictures of trees, and I was like, well, that shouldn't be in there. But so that was 101 Dalmatians. It has been too long, and I can't wait for the next movie, which is a movie I have never seen before. The Sword in the Stone.
I
By the way,
Wait,
we
are you
never
logging
gave our
off?
scores.
Yeah.
Holy
we got the
cow.
scores.
What the heck is wrong with me? Mike,
Coming off of 2 weeks and being sick.
jeez, I'm pretty sure I forgot about it in Sleeping Beauty too, didn't I?
Nope.
No, we haven't forgotten about the scores. I mean,
No. I mean, we went back to it. I think I forgot to do it after the review, though.
possibly.
What is that? Is that purple? So I need...
everything
that's
is
red.
purple.
No, that's supposed to be... Okay, so yeah, I need red. But I didn't... Oh, jeez, I have this all jacked up, guys. Hang on. I hate Google Docs. I really wish that I had this on Excel instead, but then you guys couldn't see it. So bear with me. I didn't have this prepared because I completely forgot that it was a thing.
It's all good.
Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Okay, so Dequan, let's hear your ratings for storyline.
All right, storyline. I'm gonna give that a solid 9.
Characters,
Characters. I'm gonna give that an 8.
animation,
I'm gonna give that a 9.
music,
Music. I'll give that a 5.
emotion,
I'm gonna give that a 10.
Wow. Okay.
I was stressed.
Message.
The Message, I'm gonna give that a 7.
Did I miss
Why is it
something?
a 10? I was stressing.
I was stressed.
Oh. Okay, I did miss that. I wish I didn't. You gave Lady and the Tramp and 101 Dalmatians 10 for emotion, and those are the only 2 movies. It's dogs
Think
get
about
you.
it, man. I was just about to, it's the animals, man.
So humor.
Humor, I'm gonna give that a. It's hard. I want to say 6, but I want to say 7. I don't know. 6.
World building.
I'm gonna give that an 8.
Legacy.
I don't really know what the legacy of this movie has done. Really, like.
Well, there's 3 live action movies. It made $320 million in its lifetime. It's been re-released multiple times. That's about it, though.
I'm gonna give it a personal bias legacy based on myself. And I'm gonna give it a 8 because that jingle, I did not realize what he was doing, and that unlocked all types of sensories of my childhood. So that's why I'm giving that an 8.
And then overall enjoyment.
10.
That gives you a score of 80, sir.
That is a pretty big score.
That is a big score. Still not your highest, but...
Pinocchio?
Yep.
He'll never be dethroned. The puppet lives forever.
He's a real boy.
Yeah.
He's a real boy now.
Kevin. Storyline.
Storyline. All right. 7.
Characters.
6.
Animation.
9.
Music.
4.
Emotion.
7.
Message.
3.
Humor.
5.
World building.
5.
Legacy.
7.
And overall enjoyment.
9.
That is a score of 62. Mike. Storyline.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Characters.
I am going to give an 8.
Animation.
10.
Music.
An 8.
Emotion.
9.
Oops. Message.
I am going to. This one's hard. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'll give it a 6.
Humor.
I think I'm gonna do a 6 as well.
World building.
7.
Legacy.
I want to say an 8.
And overall enjoyment.
A 10.
And that gives you an 80.
Woot.
Okay, so storyline.
Let's
I
go.
think it is a pretty dang good story. An 8. Characters. 7. Animation. So the average for animation is 9.33 at the moment.
This man about to tank it.
I'm giving
Oh,
it a
goodness.
solid 2.
Oh.
Takes it down to a 7.5.
Sheesh, painful.
Music, I'm giving that a 3. Emotion, Another 6 for emotion. Message, giving that a 3. Humor, I'll give that a 6. World building, I'll give that a 6 as well. Legacy, a 6 as well. And enjoyment, I'll give enjoyment a 7. So a 54.
Ooh.
That's really low, unfortunately. I would not have guessed it would have been that low.
This man took this movie, attached it to the back of his vehicle, and just started driving.
The music's
No, you know what he did? Put that on the back of his vehicle, drove around a mountain as another vehicle was coming, so it collided right into it.
Yeah, so it's like I liked the movie, but the animation, the music, and the message is really low, so it's gonna tank the score for me. Unfortunately.
Yeesh.
That's how the system works.
That is. Yep. I just find it funny you got 3 numbers right next to each other. I was looking at that like, there's no way he does it right, and did it.
Oh, he's 666.
Yeah. Like, looking like, I saw 1, I saw 2. I'm like, there's no way he does a third, right? Did a third. I'm like, oh my god, he did it. The math, lad.
I feel really bad about that score. I'm gonna give animation a 3. I'll give music a 4 because Cruella de Vil is so iconic. I'll give it a 5 because of how iconic that is. I can't bump up message though. No, I can. I'll give it a 4. So 58. I'm happier with 58. Show total of 70. Wait a second.
Like,
now
I'm
I'm not
50s,
as happy
I'm a high
because Sleeping
50s.
Beauty has a show score of 63. I can't allow that.
Oh no!
Wait, 63? What do you... Wait.
Because we have an average show rating of 101 Dalmatians of 70.
I thought you were talking about your score. I was looking at it like,
No.
63?
I gave
You
it
did not say
77.
yours was a 63.
Yeah. But no, that's how the system works, man. That's how it works.
The corrupted system.
Yeah. It's not the most perfect, but it works.
You know what? We got a solid number, though.
That is impressive.
70.
That's weird. Okay, so now we can talk about what movie's next, which is Sword in the Stone, a movie that I've never seen, so hopefully it's good.
Ooh.
I've seen glimpses of it.
Is this the
Never
movie
seen
with
it.
Gurgi?
Who?
I think so.
No, that's the
If I
Black
remember.
Cauldron. Never mind.
Well, there is someone in this movie like that.
I think Merlin's in it, right?
Well, yeah, no, there's an opposite to Merlin,
Oh.
if I remember.
Gurgi's like a little sloth thing.
Nope.
Yes,
Not
he
what I was
is.
thinking of. No, I'm saying like not what I was thinking for this movie.
So I'm pretty excited to watch that.
I hope you like it.
Yeah.
It'll be a great time.
I don't know how the others feel, but I'm actually looking forward to watching this one. I mean, I was looking forward to watching, 101
Not
Dalmatians
too
as well.
surprised there, Mike.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
Wait. That's not what I meant.
No, it's okay. I'm a nerd. I like my Arthurian legend.
I just make it
King Arthur's a good story.
I like the legend. I like the Arthurian legend tales. I've always liked them in any kind of media.
So
Well, almost any kind of media, I should
The
say.
only thing that's gonna
love-
go through my head is that episode of Fairy Odd Parents where he pulls the sword out and he says, "I can see."
I can fight.
It's so great.
Go through my head.
So there's
I'll
a
tell you right now, that is daily life of living with glasses.
so I love the story of King Arthur, and I love Sons of Anarchy. They're connected, don't worry. So the main actor was cast as Arthur in a King Arthur movie, and that movie was utter trash. I was very disappointed.
I never watched it because I heard it was bad. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm
man, I
not
was
about
so
to
excited
taint my
about
mind
that.
with this.
I love that actor, and I was like, this is his big break. Nope, it ended his career.
Joey, can I just say your delivery is just beautiful. Every time you deliver something, I feel like he's gonna say something good. Garbage. He had me in the
Like-
first half.
Yeah, so that actor, I really liked him, and then he was in this movie, and it was really bad. Really hated it. Absolutely.
I enjoy my dry sense of humor. I
Like,
think
it
I think I
definitely
got
sets me
it mastered.
It sets up my expectations just to crash them, and I love it.
There's someone at work when I'm talking, and she'll be like, "Are you being serious right now, or are you being sarcastic? Because I can't tell." And I'm like, "I'm never being serious."
It's beautiful.
I'm never always sarcastically serious.
That's
That
like
right there
my
would make me feel-
All Joey has to do is literally just look and be like, "No, I'm never serious." And you
That's
just
my-
never know. Wait, was that sarcasm?
my mother-in-law. I'll say stuff to her, and then she'll get like upset, and she'll be like, "What?" And then my wife will be like, "Why do you ever take him seriously?"
Oh, I love it. She has experience with it.
So that has been this episode. If you want to email us in a question or just ask us how our day is going, because we're humans and we like messages like that, you can email us or message us on any of our platforms, but you can email us at themagicofanimation@gmail.com. We are on TikTok and Instagram at The Magic of Animation on TikTok, and at The Magic of Animation Podcast with underscores in between each word. DeQuandrick, where can the people find you?
Let's see. I don't really have anything yet. I have an Instagram, but I'm not really like up to par with using it properly yet. Just kind of send videos, so I'm gonna leave that out for now until I start using it a little bit more.
Okay. Twitter's done. X is done.
Yeah, no X.
Kevin's still radio silent.
Yes, sir.
So, Mike, where can the people either find you if you started the social media, or where can they find us on the social medias that you run?
So you can, go to that new Twitter website, X. It's brand new, spectacular. All that good
Spectacular's a
stuff
bit of a
that
stretch.
is not true or is true. It's up to you how you take it. TMOA_pod. I want to work on changing that name, but
TMOA.
that will be.
Oh,
Tomoa.
I love it.
TMOA pod.
Tomoa_pod. That's right.
I love it.
Dang right. And then, we got a YouTube channel where we upload these every Monday.
Dude.
And we've also now got shorts uploading thanks to Joey and Dino as well. And you can find that all the good stuff, all the enjoyable bits on the Magic of Animation podcast on YouTube.
Man, I really, just because of Kevin there, I really want to change Instagram and TikTok to Tomoa.
TMOA pod.
I
That's
never
so
realized how
good.
nice that sounds. Tomoa, that sounds great.
That is so good. I think I might change it. So if you can't find us at The Magic of Animation, it's because I changed it.
TMOA pod.
Tomoa.
We're not. We're Tomoa pod.
You know what? I
God, I
think
love
I'm going to
that.
clip this little interaction here of us just saying Tomoa Pod over and over again, and then that will be the announcement of us changing our name to Tomoa Pod.
I genuinely
Hashtag
love
rebranding. Hashtag rebranding.
Hashtag Tomoa.
Tomoa.
I love it. Watch, someone's going to message and be like, "Hey, I'm from Samoa, and you guys are cussing us out so bad right now."
I'm like,
Cookies.
I'm so sorry.
Be like, we
Tomoa.
mean no harm.
And
Not
then
Tomoa.
yeah. And then you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at People Call Me Joey. And if you want a spectacular vacation to Disney World or anywhere in the world, email me at joey@castleexplorerstravels.com. And that link is in all of my bios. So that's going to do it, I think. They all lived happily ever animated.
I wish the other two didn't, but they do.
Yeah.
Tomoa.
They do.
TMOA.
Tomoa.